there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow, all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Zero to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo.
Hello and welcome everyone to this special edition live stream where we break down the upcoming transformation of Accor Plus into Accor Plus Explorer. The word has just broken out that this is officially launching on the 1st of October 2025. But all the, if I may use the word, Twitterati have gone crazy and berserk, saying that kya ho raha hai? That one night has moved to 2 nights. But the second night, can you pay with points? Can you not pay with points? Food is a big deal. Stay plus night, what happens to that? There are so many questions. So we thought, why not grab the bull by the horns? And why not do a 9 p.m. special on the Great Indian Points and Miles show? Thank you, all 234 of you who've tuned in live right now. I can see that number. We're broadcasting on YouTube, on the Great Indian Mile Twitter handle, on my handle, which is Aadil, and on Dhimant's handle on Twitter, which is Dhimant then. So I see on Dhimant's there are 25 people tuned in live, on mine 41, on the Great Indian Mile 69, and on the Great Indian Points and Mile show 132 on YouTube. So welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's take a quick comments before we get started. Karthik is saying that he was just waiting for us to get started. Angad is saying, "Aa jao sare." Indeed, Angad. And Ishan Sharma says, hello. Ishan, तू कहाँ है भाई? आज ऑफिस में
जापान में तो नहीं है, जापान तो नहीं है अभी।
मेरे को ये सीईओ को बोलना पड़ेगा, ये बंदा ऑफिस नहीं आ रहा है आजकल. So I was in office and I was like, उसका वो जो स्पेशल मॉनिटर है, जो ऑफिस में किसी के पास नहीं है, बस एक बंदे के पास है. It was all in its glory, not functional. Zabit is again saying, आ गए, आ जाओ जी, good to see you. And Nivas is here as well. Nivas saying, Nivas, by the way, just has scored, guys. For those of you who are Points and Miles enthusiasts, he has just taken a Qatar flight and he has just become Qatar Gold because he was Accor Platinum. So, if those of you who are Accor Platinum, all you need to do is one revenue flight. And Nivas took that flight. He landed in the US and you get that magical pop-up notification on your phone which says, congratulations, you are Qatar Gold. So Nivas has just turned into a Qatar loyalist. He's just experienced the suite. Congratulations, Nivas. Dharna is saying it's going to be a banger. We hope so, yeah. We hope we make it worth your while. A lot of you have tuned in. And I know it's a Tuesday. Most of us are typically at this time stuck in work mode. But we thought this change is too important. If you love travel, if you love hotel perks, and like me, if you love eating out, especially across India and APAC. So thanks for making time, everyone. I'm Aadil, like you know, and I'm joined by two amazing stalwarts of the India Points and Miles world, Dhimant and Ameya. Both of them bring years of experience, like you know, some wild redemptions. Ameya is known for his insane optimizations and double and triple dips, and very, very real examples of their own travel plans. Welcome, Ameya. Welcome, Dhimant.
Hey, thank you so much, Aadil. And like I just want to add, like ये इसीलिए लाइव स्ट्रीम रखा है क्योंकि आदिल अपने बहुत सारे डायलॉग मारने का उसको मौका मिलने वाला है हिंदी में. So that's why he's done this. So मतलब बहुत मजा आएगा, बहुत सारे डायलॉग जमा करके रखे मैंने. So thank you so much all of you for joining. I think let's quickly get into it, man.
All right, Rishabh, good to see you here again. Yeah, so guys, by the way, we just met Rishabh in Delhi. We just finished Flight Mode Delhi, which is our in-person meetup. And Rishabh came in there. It's really good to see you, Rishabh. And thank you so much for those lovely Theobroma brownies. Me and my son are digging in. So all my calories are thanks to people like you. Thank you. With that, we'll get started. So A quick check-in from all of you before we get started. Tell us in the comments, are you currently an Accor Plus member? 2, have you enjoyed redeeming your Stay Plus? If you have, where? Because with that, like you can see on screen, all your comments have enabled to automatically come on screen. And I'd like to have this interaction happen between y'all also. So tell us, have you been an Accor Plus member? If you have you enjoyed using your Stay Plus? Where did you redeem your Stay Plus? And how often do you actually use the dining discounts? Keep that conversation going. And with that, we'll get cracking. Please keep asking your questions also. The three of us will monitor those questions. Some we will take live instantly. Some we will take post the conversation. This conversation promises to be a lot of fun. So again, reminder everyone, we are here to unlock ALL's Accor Plus. What's changing, what's worth it, and who should care. So let's get started with the first part of today's conversation, which is the facts. What's changing? Dhimant, let's start with the basics. Can you give us a quick dinner on what's happening with Accor Plus from October 1st?
Awesome. I think before we get started on the features, I just want to cover one thing. I think I want to spend the least amount of time on feature changes. I think a lot of what we want to cover in this episode or in this live stream is basically give perspectives of what we feel it's good, bad, kaun khush hai, like some people are asking, hum mein se kaun dukhi hai, kaun khush hai. We'll try to focus a lot on that. So let's quickly just get out of the way. What are the changes, right? I think the three main changes that I'll first speak about is one is the complimentary night. Now, when I saw the first message that came to me on Twitter in the morning, what hit me is they use the word Explorer Plus, right? So, if you know, I think the reserve card holders and the Burgundy private customers always used to get 2 nights, right? So, and surprisingly, even the access customer care or the bank RMs don't know about this. They will always tell you 1 night milega. So, you're getting 2 nights, first of all, right? Let's just get that out of the way. In a way, they're bringing that 2 nights to everybody, or they're bringing that Explorer tier plus tier to everybody and Accor Plus. Let's get that out of the way. The point is they've added a condition to this, which basically says that these nights can only be used in conjunction with another paid night. Okay, so that's the first change that is happening. One, number of free nights are increasing. Second, they are making sure that you have to use it in conjunction with a paid night. So let's that get out of the way. Number one. The number two change which I see happening is, the ability to, use discount on dining has changed. So there is some change in the discount dining structure. We'll cover that a little bit later. Essentially, what I understand is they're decreasing the amount of discount that is available, but they're also trying to see whether that discount can be applied irrespective of how many people are there, etc. Right? So what I understood is, and Ameya can correct me, right? There is a 30% flat off now up to 10 people if you are in Accor Plus, right, on the table. So, for people who used to enjoy 50%, I think this is a large change, I feel, and may hit certain people. Apart from that, I think I also feel that one change that I'm seeing here is the ability to not use points for the second night that is stacked on along with the free paid night, right? So, which means that let's imagine this: आपके पास 2 free night है, आपने 4 night book किया, 2 paid, 2 free, right? You have to make sure that the 2 nights are paid by revenue and not by points. So these are the 3 significant changes that I'm noticing. Ameya, if you want to add on something, please go on.
Yeah, I think you covered a lot of the functional changes, and I think the big one, I think to me over here is that number one, while the overall cost is increased, and they're saying 2 nights free total, they have to be 2 plus 2, as in you pay for 2 nights, you get 4 nights in some sense, right? And it has to be revenue. Each of these stays in which we are booking the Stay Plus, it cannot be booked on points. So basically, there's no fully free lunch anymore. You have to, book the Stay Plus, book one revenue stay, and pay for it. So that's a little bit of a trade-off in one sense. The other one which I want to sort of call out, and is that number one, there's one positive and one potentially not so positive. The positive is they're giving 30 free status nights. So
Correct.
What 30 free status nights gives you is it gives you a fast track into gold status, right? So gold status is pretty much very, very accessible now. On the flip side, now as you're looking at the terms and conditions, and it's a little gray, and again, it wasn't something I discovered. It was pointed out by our good friend Yash on one of the socials, is that there's a great terms and condition around whether you're able to stack up the China program or other Accor programs on top of Accor Plus, right? It says something on the lines of max 30 nights can be stacked up using all Accor programs. Now, I understand that the China program comes under some special offer, not so special offer. We will only find out by October whether that works or not. But there is a chance that our traditional route to Accor Platinum, which used to be buy Accor Plus and then buy China program, that may no longer work as well. So it is to be seen. We will have to see what comes out of it.
Just want to add two things, Ameya, which I think potentially we should cover. One is the price increase. So earlier also they used to have the Explorer Plus tier, which I said, right? So this price at 19, 20, 22,000 types of price, right? So they've kind of introduced that 19,000 price point versus the 16,000 something. Now what is seen to be yet to be seen is, because 16,000 though most people have never paid. They've always got some offer in return, right? मतलब या तो उन्होंने 3,000 points दिया है, they've given something in return, or they've given a discount. Sometimes they're given group discounts of, all of that is not clear right now, right? Similarly, 19,000 pay, are they going to, do they have a discounting strategy? I think all of these are not released yet. And I am actually hoping that if they are really serious about this, and which it seems like they are, they would potentially release offers, because even in China, even in Brazil, they have this yearly 2 times or 3 times that they run discounts on these plans. So I am actually somebody who feels that 19,000 bhi shayad sweet ho jayega, is what I feel. So just want to add that as well.
I have a follow-up question to you, and there are a few people who asked in the audience as well. The Explorer tire, what is that, and what happens to existing members?
So I'll take this one.
Please.
Yeah, so again, it's not as though there is full clarity, but there are some emails that are going out to folks who have received this membership through Access, in which they're saying your membership will automatically get upgraded to the new All Plus or whatever they're calling it. So my guess is that everyone who's holding Accor Plus, they may end up, in a place where they are not able to redeem for free anymore. So it's again a gray area. But whatever information that we have, my guess would be that you may not be able to redeem the nights for full free anymore after October. I could be wrong here, but at least looking at that Access email that someone someone from our Twitter channel sent in, it could be the case.
So I don't know whether my reading is right, but at least what I understood is two-part things, right? One is obviously if you have booked any stay using the Stay Plus before October 1st, and which typically I generally always keep some booking on my Stay Plus because it's a fully cancelable booking. What I understand is that will be honored as is, which means that if you want to not pay anything and enjoy a free night, please make the booking before October 1st is what I hear and read from that message, right? However, if you are somebody who is anyways planning to do a 2-day vacation and you're okay to pay one by revenue, I think it's better to wait, because you may get now 4 nights at the cost of 2, right? Which means that your nights are now actually doubling. So if I am somebody who has a 4-day trip, I would rather wait for October 1st and let my 1 night get converted to 2 nights. Now, interestingly, the funny part is they're saying maximum 2 nights they will convert. Now, my problem is I have 2 nights already. Now, what does that happen to that? Is it going to get converted to 4? At least the TNC says no. The TNC says that maximum 2. Now, I don't know what will happen. So, reserve card holders and Burgundy Private will have to get some clarity on this, because those se zyada nahi milega. So, if you are on 1 and if you're okay to do a 4-day vacation at the price of 2, I suggest wait. Otherwise, do the booking. Like, that's at least my read.
Let me ask you a follow-up question to both of you. Maybe Ameya, you can go first. And this is something that just before going live on the live stream, the three of us were discussing. All three of us have been regular and religious users of Accor Plus. So now, with these changes coming, to Ameya as an individual user, as your own personality, does this new change feel like a value add or a potential disadvantage? Where are you leaning? And if you were to buy going forward, would you still buy it? Would you not buy it? What's the Ameya perspective?
Sure. I'll tell you my point of view on this, right? I think what Accor has done with this move is try to say that, listen, if you're serious about the loyalty program, we will make it even better for you. But it has made it harder for a lot of people who would be saying that, I'm just going to use it to, pick up the free night and get done with it. That it has made that part a little harder. So what they're trying to say essentially is that, hey, you know what? If you are willing to stay in Accor and continue to use Accor, I think it can potentially work out really beautifully because, sure, I mean, you can't redeem for free, but you can get 2 nights here instead. And yes, I mean, 2+2, you pay for 1 night, you get this. So the sweet spot where I find it missing is that earlier when, we could redeem the Stay Plus for some super expensive nights once in a while, like say, for example, in a few countries, like in Japan and Singapore, a bunch of us have redeemed. Or even, we've more recently heard of Fairmont Udaipur and the Delhi one, Sofitel Bombay until some time used to be there. Those get a little more harder. So aspirational stays or, expensive stays using the free nights becomes harder, number one. But on the other hand, there are 2 nights that you're getting. So I think there is still a sweet spot for those medium kind of properties that is there out there. Number two, I feel now given the gray area of the status night thing, and while the China thing works right now, there's a chance come October, the China stacking may not start to work. And if that starts to happen, then I think the easier way to earn your status is going to be through status points.
तुम आंसर नहीं दे रहे हो आदिल के सवाल का. तुम ये बताओ, तुम खुश हो, दुखी हो, क्या हो, बताओ.
In favor, yeah. I think I can make better use of this than the original one.
Your face is showing otherwise.
I'm personally in favor for sure. I think it works out well for me, but I can definitely see a set of people where it will not work out as well.
Yeah, sure.
Dhimant, for you, is it working out or not working out? Kya scene?
Yeah, I thought about this, and I think there are 3-4 use cases that I was personas that I was able to build on the changes. I will talk about it a little later, but if you want my reaction in one emotion, it will be I'm very happy. Like genuinely, I'm very happy. Like I feel that it's a
like your typical framework, right? तुम हर चीज में framework घुसा देते हो, तो कर देते हैं आज भी. What framework do you have, and like why? Let's say 3 reasons why Dhimant says big thumbs up.
Perfect. I think one, the fact that they're now giving 30 status nights gets you far closer to gold and gives you by default an ability to reach if you are serious about the loyalty tier. I mean, that's one reason why I like it. The second reason why I like it is I genuinely feel that there are a lot of people. The problem in this room is that we are those 1% of the users who typically talk about and think about Accor the way you think about, let's say, reward points on access cards. I don't think the Janta or world feels like that, right? So what I feel is that there are a lot of people. For example, if I were to get a second Accor membership in my house, right? My wife doesn't have that points, right? And she would be very happy to do 4 stays at the price of 2, is how she will think about it, right? That's the second reason why I feel that for genuine consumers, it's the ability to have flat 50% on your next vacation on hotels, right? That's the second reason why I like it. The third reason why I like it is basically, it basically brings you a sub 20,000 offering, right? And it's still competitively priced, right? That's at least my read. This is why I like it.
I think Dhimant, somebody has very smartly answered the question that you were asking, Pratik, which I've featured on screen. It says Ameya is the nerdy one, and his expression is often the same, but you cannot figure out what's going on in his mind. I think which is fairly accurate. Ameya, will you agree?
वो अभी सब मैं बोल रहा हूँ, वो सुनेगा फ्रेमवर्क को, फिर उसका एक्सेल शीट बनाएगा, फिर वो मेरे को रॉन्ग प्रूव करेगा, फिर ये सब करेगा, पूरा रात यही करेगा. We'll keep him awake in the night today by giving him these ideas.
Dekho, I don't see my own expressions, but if you feel so, sure.
Cool. Let's come to another expression by another Pratik, which says "Darbar lag gaya hai, dosto, aa jao." Indeed, and that's awesome to see, guys. 961 of you have tuned in live, which is close to like 260 plus on YouTube, 330 on our Great Indian Mile Twitter, 222 on my Twitter, and then 150 on Dhimant's Twitter. So let's continue. Let's keep the conversation going. I think let's go and take a few comments from the audience, and then we'll also take some questions. So, Manav has tuned in all the way from Hong Kong. Manav, big thanks for tuning in, man. Like it must be an absurd hour in Hong Kong, but thank you for coming in. It's really, really, really good to see you. There are a few more questions that I think we should take. Like one, there is a comment actually from Devansh, and he says that yesterday only he booked Raffles Udaipur half board for 2 days using the suite upgrade at 58k INR and Fairmont using Stay Plus. Congratulations, man. Devansh, I'm going to tell you one thing. You're going to love the property. I've been there. I've stayed there. It's a kick-ass property. Get ready to enjoy the food. It is insanely good. I just hope you have not booked base category rooms, which are the lakeshore rooms. Do not, for all of you who are listening in, please, please, please pay attention to this. This is important. So all of you, when you go to Raffles Udaipur, what is your goal? Your goal is to stay at the palace, right? And your goal is to have a good time at the palace. Now, the palace is on an island, but there is a ferry that takes you from the island to the mainland. The mainland is off the island. It's not on the island. There's an apartment-like building there. So the Lakeshore Suite and the Manor Suite, these two suites are off island. They're not on the island. So when you stay there, you won't get the vibe of the palace. Can you still take the boat and go and experience the main island? Yes, absolutely. But it's just not like living at the main island. So I would say, look at your booking. I hope it's not non-refundable. And if you really want to enjoy it, try and book the one on the main island. The flamingo rooms are great. The flamingo rooms with balcony are better. The ones with the pool are even kick-ass. I would say avoid staying on the ground floor. Stay on the first floor, that the ones that come with balcony. Avoid taking the ones with gardens because you don't get the view. The garden is great, but you'll miss the view. The view is spectacular from like the first level or the second level. So those are my recommendations to you, Devang.
Adil,
the property
Adil,
is
Adil, this
Sorry,
is the
Devang.
same deal. This is the same deal that I was talking to you in the evening, and I messaged you. So this also, by the way, includes airport transfers, Devansh. And I have a feeling that this is the what Devansh has booked is the Manor Suite. So Devansh,
Yeah.
please confirm this once on the group and also with Accor, because if it's a Manor Suite and it's off island, like you may want to relook at this. I think it's the
See, the
same deal
suite
that I was
itself is
talking about.
spectacular, by the way. I have seen the suite, right? It is spectacular. You love the room. But, you know, like if you're going with family, Devansh, or with your girlfriend, whatever, it's just like a little odd if you're not going to be staying on the main island, right? So that's my only recommendation to you. So with that, Devansh, all the best. Have fun, man. We'll take another
Hey,
one.
Hey,
Yes.
but there is one question I have, and I think this is a gray area, I would say. I want to just bring
Yeah.
that up. One thing which is not clarified on the Accor website or the terms and conditions is that there are some rumors and some people have been saying that they no longer would have quotas for this reward booking of this night, stay plus night. If that indeed is true, like Taj, then this makes, or similar to Taj, because Taj has a larger availability of pool of availability, it still has an quota. Then I feel then it could be a very positive change. Again, there is no clarification. I think we'll have to get that clarification, see whether it's true. I mean, I wouldn't mind because see, it's very hard to find a free night in Swiss Hotel, for example, Adil. You know that, right? It's
Yeah.
really hard to find a free night in Swiss Hotel. If I'm able to get that and I have to pay for 2 nights to be there in the 2 free nights, then I think it's a very positive change as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of raffles, I can't help but go back again. There's another comment from Karthik. Can you believe it? He's tuned in actually from Raffles Udaipur. So, Devansh, ping Karthik if you need more information. He'll be able to help. And Karthik, enjoy your time there. The team of Raffles Udaipur is fantastic. So I'm sure you'll have like a great time. Let's come to a very real world question, Dhimant. And let's take this, and maybe Ameya, you can add some color as well after Dhimant. But before that, crazy comment. Sushant has tuned in from Melbourne at 1:30 a.m. Dude, Sushant, thanks so much for tuning in, man. You hope you're enjoying Melbourne. Make the most of it. It's a beautiful city. Go to we have one of the most iconic cricket grounds there, don't we? The
There's some
Melbourne
cricket.
Ground, the MCG. Jaake just soak in the atmosphere. And there is a food market there. I think it's called the Victoria Food Market. Man, the food, and you get like a 4-cheese pizza, which is actually 4 different cheeses. And you also get the 4-cheese pasta, where they blend it and make it right in front of you, and they do it on this cheese top, so it kind of melts. Man, I'm salivating just thinking of that. Have a great time. Have a great time in Melbourne. Let's come to Prateek's question. So Prateek's question is, he's planning a Singapore and Bali trip next year. Is Accor Plus, the new one, Explorer, still worth it? Dhimant, your thoughts?
This is the perfect example that I was talking, one of the personas, Prateek, and let me just bring that persona in. Let's talk about a 8-day vacation that a family is doing, right? 4 days in Bali, 5 days in Bali, 3 days in Singapore, or maybe separate. I'm talking about a one combined one right now. Uh, Imagine that I am booking 4 nights with my reward points, or let's say if I have my wife has an Accor Plus, right? And if I'm able to get an Accor Plus as well, I think there are two combinations that you can do, right? One is that you get 2 free nights and you pay for two, and then book four by your own by reward nights. That's one way of doing it, right? You still maximize that availability. The second is if you're booking the whole 8 nights, and I'm assuming right now that you don't have Accor points, right? My answer would be if you are going to book it on your name alone and you have enough Accor points which will last you for 1 year, then you don't need Accor Plus, is what I feel. That's my sincere answer. But if you still can make that happen where you don't have enough Accor points, by all means take Accor Plus. Like I am going to take the Accor Plus, even if I have these trips and I still have reward points, I still am going to take Accor Plus, right? So that's my answer, short answer. Ame, your point of view, if you have any.
Nothing very different from yours. Like I think, but one sort of underrated benefit that you get from Accor Plus that a lot of people don't talk about is that you get a discounted rate also on rooms, right? And that can add up. So I think my answer is this: that if you're looking to potentially stay for I'll have to do the exact maths, but I'm assuming about 8 nights, 9 nights types. Just the discount that you get on the base rate will probably pay for itself. Um, I'll get this number back, but I think it's still worth it. And Stay Plus, yeah, I mean, you'll have to deal with the new terms and conditions, but even after that, I think it is still worth it.
All right, let's come to another one. Anshul says, great to see you again soon after Flight Mode Delhi. Thanks for coming to Flight Mode, Anshul. It was really fun meeting you and hanging out with you. Ameya, why don't you take this one? Anshul is Accor Plus Gold currently. He's got 47 status nights. His renewal is in November. So he's looking to turn platinum soon with 20 out of 30 bonus nights. Does the new program bring any changes for him? What should he be watching out for? Or is he set and he doesn't have to worry about anything? What's your take here?
Okay, so I'm taking two assumptions here, saying assumption one, Anshul, you already have Accor Plus. You said Accor Plus Gold. I'm not sure if you have the 47 part of it has come through Accor Plus. In case you already do, I think right now, as far as I understand, the China plan still continues to work. And if that is the case,
It will be because if he is at 47 and renewal is November, so basically then he doesn't have the 20 nights because agar last time, sorry.
Yeah, it looks like he already has it. Then I think
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't have it because November में जो उसको last year मिले होंगे वो December में expire हो गए होंगे. So this will be 47 fresh and he will get another 20 or 30 in November. That's what he's trying to say.
I see. Then I would say, Anshul, if I read it right, you have 47. You have 47 without the Accor Plus. In which case, I think if you're just looking for the status, it is likely more efficient to buy your Accor Plus right now because 2030 doesn't make any difference to you.
Right.
Just get it. Yeah.
I'd say same like Dhimant said, right? Just get it. Makes sense. Let's come to another question, very, very real world. This is from Eknath. And Eknath is saying his membership renewal date is 31st this month. He's got an email saying they can extend to 2 months or renew now. What should he do? He's silver this year with 7 status nights. Dhimant, your recommendation.
यार ये थोड़ा tricky है because after today's change, if they have told them that they can wait for 2 months and extend by 2 months, it's a little tricky because I don't know what more changes they will make in the next few days or announce more clarity on this program. I would say, Eknath, wait for a few more days because 31st is still a little away. You have time to make that decision. Just hold on for a few days. You will get more clarity. My guess is that it's better to renew now, is what I feel. But I don't know why they're suggesting to extend to 2 months. I don't know why they're suggesting this. I have no clue. Maybe because they don't want to in between change your plan and that's why they're saying कि काम करो 2 महीना और enjoy कर लो और फिर सीधा Explorer Plus खरीद लेना. I think that's what they are trying to suggest. So tricky है थोड़ा एक ना. I would wait for a few days and get more clarity. Maybe drop them an email and ask them that what happens when I renew after 2 months? What changes for me? And if they say that all the new changes happen from 1st of October, then take the renewal for 2 months. Easy. Like just take the and get 30 nights on 1st of October or whenever after 2 months. That seems more efficient, honestly.
Right, let's come to our next one. Ameya, why don't you take this one? What's the most efficient way to reach platinum status after this new change?
Yeah. And okay, so we are in all of this, we are making the assumption that China plan is not going to be able to stack with Accor Plus, right? If we make that assumption, to me, my early thoughts are the most efficient ways. Don't bother about Accor Plus. Accor Signature le lo. Accor Signature gets you through 1 year 12,000 status points. You need to get 2,000 status points more on revenue spends. 2,000 status points pretty much comes down to roughly 80,000, 85,000 types of revenue stay across the year, right? I think that is the most efficient way to go about it. So then I'd say if you really want to get super efficient about it, focus your stays on these, 4x new hotel offers, or occasionally you get 2x, 3x kind of offers that come in. I think that works out well.
No,
if you
I
yeah.
sorry, go ahead, complete. Sorry, go ahead.
I say if you also have the Accor Plus, I'd still say it is valuable. And, those 1 revenue nights that you spend, those will be useful towards earning these status points.
Yeah, I feel that most efficient way to do this as of today, finish this live podcast, go to the Accor China video, see it, get your Accor China today. If you are at especially 20 because of Accor Plus, get the platinum today is what I feel, right? Because it's going to be harder getting the platinum status after 1st of October. You have 2 months. If you already have the Accor Plus ka 20 nights and you have accumulated some 7, 8 nights, if you can get the platinum before 1st October, I would say get it, because after Accor Plus renewal, by default, आपका 1 साल से extend होने वाला है platinum, right? So you're anyways going to be platinum till December next year, right? So like I would to surely do that in my view. As of today, it's stacking. Until 1st October, we have clarity क्यों करने वाला है stack. Why not do it today? If you're anyways eyeing platinum, is my suggestion.
I'll also call out there is like if you're purely saying efficiency and if you want to spend money and not get much out of it, there are a couple of other memberships. There's the IBIS one and then the other one as well that get you 10 and 20 nights. I don't know how those will play with China. The only news that we've received is that Accor Plus won't play with China. But I mean, I feel generally looking at all of this that this is all very short term. Looks like they're getting their books in order, and I don't know how long the stacking business will last.
Ameya, I think what I think they will do is like China, they will define a max stacking, which they've already done today. They have said after 1st October, you cannot stack more than 30. In
Right.
few months and in between, they will bring offers and they will say that for this program, they are allowing you to stack. That is what they have done in China. Right. So that is what I expect. And again, what the positive part is that they're thinking about India. That brings the most joy to me, honestly. Like I feel कि मतलब इंडिया में बहुत सारे और चीजें आएंगी, and that's what I think we discussed in one of the other older live streams also. I feel that's the good part.
Cool. Let's take a couple more comments. So Mudit says that he's looking forward to seeing us in Mumbai on Saturday. Mudit, we're really equally excited, man. I mean, first flight mode meetup in Mumbai happening this Saturday. Super excited. We're all booked our flights. Super excited about being there and having a great time with all of you. Rohan's also commented similarly, saying that he's also excited to meet us. Rohan, aa jao Saturday. We'll have a really good time and hang out. Another message similarly from Sarthak, saying that he missed meeting us in Delhi, but koi nahi yaar, Sarthak aur events karenge, jab bhi karenge aa jana tab. By the way, just saying, like Miles Ahead, which is a very different form of event that we do. We did similarly in Bangalore. It got sold out really quickly. It was a great hit. We're bringing Miles Ahead for the first time to Delhi, and it's happening on 24th August. We've got a fantastic response. We've got only 5 seats left. So if anybody's on this live stream, wants to grab it, that's the link. Go grab it. We've got 5 seats left. Once these are out, and we will ensure that you have a really good time here, and then you also have some incredible gourmet. So with that, let's go to a few more questions and come back to the live stream. There's a cool comment from Vineet. I think for all the foodies out there, what Vineet is saying makes so much sense, right? Just by dining during the stays, if you're spending 50-60K a year, then you're saving 30%. That itself is value along with the free nights. It's 2x, right? And I think like that's similarly my persona as well. And I was discussing this with Dhimant and Ameya, saying that, yeah, I do a holiday of 10 days a year with the kids. So technically I need 10 nights. And with statuses, what happens is, and with our love for Accor over the last 2-3 years, we've been trying to optimize for Accor. So then you want to spend those 10 nights in Accor, right? So दोस्त एक स्टेटस फ्री नाइट से कुछ होगा नहीं, दो तो चाहिए, और दो से भी होगा नहीं, इसके लिए there is the wife's account, तो 4 चाहिए. So this all in all to me is a great move, and I will continue to buy it. Is my thought process. So with that, there's another friend of ours whose name interestingly is A2 Milk Fade. He's tuned in from Boston. Thanks for tuning in all the way from Boston, yaar. Must be mid morning there, isn't it now? How do you use Accor Plus stacking from HSBC Premier is the question. I'm not sure what Accor Plus stacking is with HSBC Premier. I don't have that card. Ameya, any idea what he's referring to?
I think he's referring to. Sorry, Ameya, go ahead.
No, I'm not sure. I don't think you get an Accor membership. I think it's just the regular points on you, unless A2 Milk. If you have any other details, we'll be happy to answer. Dhimant, unless you have a good idea.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to ask him whether he's got the HSBC Premier from some other country where they have a Accor Plus tie-up. That's what I was trying to ask. Because in India, they definitely don't do Accor Plus. I know for a fact, 100% sure about this. So, or what he means probably is that if I have an HSBC Premier, can I buy the Accor Plus and then transfer points from HSBC Premier to Accor and make the max out of it? I think this is the answer. The question is asking. If you can clarify, he's saying that I have both from US and India. No, if you can clarify, what do you mean by Accor Plus stacking with HSBC Premier? Like, we don't know what that means.
My hunch is he's just saying like, can he move his points? If he can move his points, absolutely. That's the answer. You can absolutely go ahead and move it, and then you can leverage it. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Dhimant, I think this is right up your alley. Ananya is saying, guys, please summarize what's going on. You started the live stream 37 minutes back. क्या हो क्या रहा है, कुछ तो summarize कर दो, बता दो. So Dhimant, I think this is a perfect time. Let me set context, right? In my words, I'd like to call this a quiet revaluation. And when we're calling it a quiet revaluation, let's do the math and let's explain what has really changed in your worldview.
Okay, so Ananya, first of all, thank you so much for joining. I think where we are right now is we quickly just summarize the changes, and the changes are as below. Accor Plus is now going to become Accor Plus Explorer membership. There's only one tier of Accor Plus going ahead. There's not going to be any more tier of Accor Plus membership. No Traveler, no Explorer, just one Explorer Plus membership. What happens is when you buy the Accor Plus, you have to pay 19,000 rupees without any offers right now. They may introduce offers later. You will get a set of 2 free nights. These 2 free nights can now only be used as a BOGO, which means that you buy one night and the second one is free. Think about it that way, like a BOGO offer, right? Which means that you have to pay for one night. That's the first change. Second change that they've done is now there is no concept of a one night at all, right? Aapko by default 2 night milega hi milega. Whether you use it, you don't use it, it's your call. The second is the dining benefits are now flat 30% dining benefit across the board. The 50% dining benefit is gone away. And the third change which I'm seeing is they have restricted the stacking of nights. They're going to give you 30 status nights with your Accor Plus membership, getting you gold ka closer, and they are not going to allow you any more stacking. These are the 3 significant changes as per me. The price of the new Accor Plus membership is 19,000 change. Right, so this is the summary. Abhi hum bhi wahi hai, so let's just continue the discussion from there. By the way, I want to bring in one very interesting point before I forget, Aadil. Behavioral change that you will see after Accor Plus. I have seen this behavior from everybody in the community, not a single point, especially Gujjus like me. हम कोशिश करते हैं कि Accor Plus से हम maximum value निकाल पाए, which means that if a Swiss hotel night is 30,000, I will use my stay plus at 30,000 in Swiss hotel because I have now vasool 30,000. Now the problem is every time I do that, I also have to pay 30,000 more, right? So you are also going to see a behavioral change where people may choose cheaper accommodations as their stay plus night because the other night that they have to pay for in revenue will also pay less. You can now expect people to start using their Accor Stay Plus nights maybe for a 5,000 night. This actually from Accor's perspective works better because Aadil जो पहले 30,000 में Swiss Hotel के लिए night use कर रहा था, not Aadil, wrong example. Dhimant who was using his night at 30,000 Swiss Hotel is now going to use in maybe a Mercure in Bangalore because he has to only pay 10,000 after that. And I think this behavior will change significantly. I've seen a lot of people, in spite of going to Thailand, they don't use the night there because they think यार इसमें तो 5,000 का ही फायदा होगा. Now I feel that people will start using it from the next vacation wherever it is. So that's one behavioral change you should note out for. And I think this works beautifully for Accor, by the way.
Yeah, I think summarized very, very well. The one thing about loyalty programs that I think people have to understand is they keep changing. And we have to be open to that. Let's figure out like what's the most optimum way to utilize them and make the most of it. Right? अब ये change हो गया है. हमारी reaction से कुछ बदलेगा तो नहीं. So let's embrace this in a positive spirit and make the most of what we can. So Mihir is asking, how does he get a special promo code from Accor for Mumbai Meetup? यार Mihir event sold out है. तो अभी तो unfortunately we can't accept you. But once we do another meetup, for sure we'll announce on all our social media handles और आप फिर आ जाना. But अभी तो currently we're kind of sold out. But thanks.
I read it as Mihir is already coming और उसको वहां पे Accor के लिए promo code चाहिए. That's what he's saying, I think.
Oh, अच्छा.
Mihir is coming ना? Mihir आ रहे हो ना आप?
अगर ऑलरेडी आ रहे हो तो फिर यार आई एम श्योर आपने ऑलरेडी बुक कर ही लिया होगा. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है कि आपने बुक नहीं किया और अभी हमें पूछ रहे हो. अब तो आ जाओ, आने के बाद फिर मिलते हैं एंड देन यू शेयर योर रिडेम्पशन स्टोरी कि आपने क्या किया, कैसे किया. देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम अकुल. अमेया, व्हाई डोंट यू टेक दिस वन? Right? Akul is saying, so far he's planned that he will burn all his points for his international stays. With that in mind, the new feature is not so apt for him, even when the overall value might have gone up. What are your views?
Akul, you continue to burn your points for international stays. You will get a 10-15% discount on your night stay itself. Again, this doesn't stack with existing offers, but you get that discount. Number two, is food vouchers you can use. So I think someone put out the comment earlier some time back. So all in all, I think it is still worth it. Knowing you, I know we met a couple of times at the two Bangalore meetups. I know you will stay a significant number of nights. And in that persona, it absolutely makes sense to pick up the Accor Plus anyway.
Yeah, I have a slightly different view to this. And again, I was thinking about this and I spoke about this with Taju and Aadil also, right? I feel there are two ways of looking at it, right, Akul? One is if you are burning points for all anyways, that free nights don't matter because आपको revenue खर्चा करना पड़ेगा, right? So from that lens, it doesn't actually work out for you. But a different workout could be, and I know that people are obsessed with the 2 rupees value, but अगर आप वो 2 rupees को 2 minute के लिए हटा दो, think about it also that if you have the Accor Plus, you take the 2+2, that precious group A points you can actually use to get like business class tickets to US on Aeroplan, for example, or something else, right? मतलब आप 2 रुपया value फिर भी निकाल सकते हो group A points से. So Aadil, if you think about it, on SQ first class, when I spend the 59,500 और अगर मैं 4 ticket ऐसे ले लूँ 2 lakh points से, right, or 3 ticket at least, you may actually get more value than 2 rupees of Accor. And then you can use the Accor Plus value to get 4 nights. You don't need to necessarily always move your points to Accor. Like at least that's how I think, Akul. That could be one way of also thinking about it. That Accor Plus low, but move your access points not to all.
I think that's a very smart recommendation, Dhimant. Like that is exactly how I was thinking about next year. Because Group A is only 200k. और वो 200k transfer नहीं होते. वो 200 के जब ट्रांसफर होते हैं तो 160 के ट्रांसफर होते हैं. अब वो 160 के का ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइजेशन क्या है, इज द क्वेश्चन, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल, आई मूव्ड माय एंटायर 160 के स्टैश दिस ईयर टू जल बिकॉज़ आई वांटेड टू गेट 4 सीट्स बैंगलोर जापान बिजनेस, राइट? तो मेरे सारे खत्म हो गए. नाउ आई एम सेइंग लाइक नेक्स्ट ईयर should I move them to Accor because you're getting so much value? But this change actually made me happy because I'll be able to now utilize Accor better. And also, like Ameya said, right, signature plan makes so much more sense now, because then it's a very lucrative way of actually buying up points in case you have the need. So there's a very fun question, Dhimant, for you from Lakhandipati. Let's bring this up real quick. He's asking, is it time to switch loyalty to Marriott now?
Yeah, right. Like again, on a lighter note, no. But seriously, I feel like what I would say is I was again discussing this with Adil, right? I feel that look at all the membership programs available on hotels today. If in spite of changes that have been made today, it's still the best Accor Plus, right? आप क्या खरीदोगे इसके बदले अगर आपके पास 20,000 पे you want to spend on a membership loyalty program? Like Club Marriott is useless, right? It's not a fair comparison to compare an Accor Plus to a Marriott Bonvoy, right? Marriott Bonvoy is a legendary program, but again, the way I think about it, I would still end up. And again, द वे आई थिंक अबाउट इट इज अगर आपके पास बहुत आप वो 1% आदमी हो जहाँ पे बहुत एक्सेस पॉइंट्स पड़े हैं देन आई थिंक इट्स स्टिल probably yes the answer would be otherwise it's still a great program yeah for somebody who wants 4 nights at the price of 2 so
Cool. So I think we've I think we've kind of covered what we can do on the Accor Plus program. If you're keen to explore this program, please write to us at thegreatindianmiles@gmail.com and we'll try and see what best we can do for you. Okay. With that, let's take a few more questions. Questions coming in. Ritachit is saying that he's just left the office and he's tuned into the live stream. Ritachit will also be joining us for flight mode in Bombay. He was also there, by the way, for flight mode in Bangalore. So he's a good friend of ours. He flew in specially for flight mode in Bangalore, and then he's flying all the way again to Bombay from to just kind of come and make time for other flight mode. Ritachit, aaja maze karte hain. Let's come to a few more questions. Now, there is this interesting one, Ameya and Dhimant. Let's take both your perspectives here. Ameya, maybe go with you first. Shreya says, Hera and Fora bookings with 2 nights and the third night free with free breakfast and $100 credit, along with a conditional upgrade as well. Is that better than a stay plus? This is the question of the evening. India wants to know. Ameya, your perspective.
The new changes absolutely, and in fact, in the with the new changes, what you're going to end up doing is, you're getting essentially a 50% haircut. Here you're getting a 33% haircut, but you're getting a $100 credit. You also get super solid treatment. I think Aadil, you mentioned in detail sometime back with respect to. I don't know if we released that episode yet, but with respect, I think we haven't, or maybe we have, with respect to how. With Hera, they'll pretty much elevate you to like close to VIP status levels. I think with the new change, it makes the Hera for I think a lot more lucrative. Without it, you could potentially have sliced it either way. But now I think it's a no-brainer for sure.
सर सिंपल आंसर है इसका सिंपल आंसर है टूरिस्ट पर्सोना Accor Plus 2+2 works better traveler persona this works better because you are treated like a platinum plus here there you will be treated like whatever you are like a gold member right so I personally feel
from a pure value perspective I don't think this adds up.
Why?
Because like once if you're staying like for example here there's two conditions. There's like one in which you're staying 2 nights and you're paying revenue for 1 night. The second part is you're staying 3 nights, you're paying revenue for 2 nights, but you get the extra credit. So even from
but there are more.
It's anyway better.
There are more things to play, na. For example, if you are looking at a fora, you're also getting that $100 credit, but you're also getting a platinum plus chance, a very high chance of getting the upgrade,
so
which may or may not happen.
Both personas, I think fora is better, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
There's no
I agree. Agree.
Right. Let's take a couple more comments. So Shubham is saying that he really likes watching the show. Thank you, Shubham. यार आप बैंकॉक में हमारा शो देख रहे हो क्या कर रहे हो यार शुभम लाइक थाईलैंड में हो जाओ हैव अ गुड टाइम हम ये रिकॉर्ड करेंगे ये आएगा यूट्यूब पे आप देख लेना बट थैंक यू सो मच इट मींस अ लॉट आप वहां पे रहने के बाद भी यू ट्यून्ड इन एंड यू आर लिसनिंग टू अस सो अगेन
He's maybe joined us for getting Thailand recommendations because he heard on the episode कि Thailand में कुछ recommendations देते हैं धीमंत करके इसलिए शायद उसने join किया है
बताओ ना धीमंत तुम्हारे recommendation बोला
DM करो
अच्छा DM से by the way आपका WhatsApp check करो somebody has been pinging you and they are pinging me saying you're not responding तो आप जरा देख लो आपका WhatsApp anyways I'll come to another one. So this is a good friend of ours, and Ameya, maybe you can take this one while Dhimant is checking his WhatsApp. Kishore is saying that Is Accor Plus needed for someone who has less number of stays for here? If they want to think of maybe 10 nights a year, then does the new Accor Plus Explorer make sense for them?
I think 10-night price point, it still makes sense if it is anything lesser than that, because the way I'm really looking at it is that you're getting a discount with the member rate. You're also getting discounted food, and you're sort of getting 2 + 2 nights. I think it adds up. I'd like to think this is the sweet spot. Anything above that also it helps. Anything below this probably doesn't make sense. That's my take. But you know what? I'm going to go back and do some numbers and get this exact number. But my intuition tells me that 10 is just about right.
All right, cool. So with that, back to the whole fora/hera thing, right? So very happy to announce, guys, that the Great Indian Points and Miles show is now part of the fora program. So we are now fora advisors, and we're more than happy to connect you with some of Accor's most majestic properties in the world, and not just Accor, but also Marriott Luministas, also Hilton, also the luxury collection hotels, and some of the small world luxury collection hotels. So if all of you have any exciting stays and dream getaways planned where you want to make the most of some of these programs that I mentioned, send us an email. Our email, like I had shared earlier, is right here. Either for the Accor Plus program or for the fora program, you can write to us, and we're more than happy to come back to you with rates and how we can make this special for you. It's a great program. And just to introduce the program, let's do Dhimant with a quick explainer. If email doesn't work for you, you can also DM us on social media. One of us will respond. We'll take it from there.
Sorry, I didn't get the question, Aadil. What was the question?
Question again. You want to break down the fora program and how we can help the community?
Yeah, so see, guys, I mean, the way I think about it is fora is basically in a way in which you get connected to the best properties, the world has to offer, right? And I think the kind of properties that we have been to, we have traveled, and we have seen, and we have on our bucket list, we want to see whether we can connect to those places, right? So the moment you tie up with the fora, booking, you basically got to get a 2+1, which is the moment you book 2 nights, you're going to get the third night free. You are by default put to a VIP status, what we call Platinum Plus status at any property. There's a very good chance of getting upgrades at the property when you book via fora agent. And also then you also have an opportunity to get a $100 credit, which interesting, the moment earlier used to have double up to a $200 credit, now won't, because of the change that is 30% change now. So you're still going to get a discount over that, but you get good food credit as well. And especially some of these properties are very, very expensive, right? So food is very expensive there. So these are the things that you can get access to. Like Aadil said, we want to cover and see whether we can take you to the most exclusive destinations in the world. Some of the people who were there in the Bangalore Miles Ahead workshop heard about properties for the first time, including me. I heard a property from Aadil for the first time, and now it's on my bucket list. Maybe Aadil talk about Bora Bora, and maybe talk about one of the Accor's property that you spoke about in that Miles Ahead program.
Yeah, I think so. The advantage of fora is, like Dhimant said, right? It gives you access to unprecedented properties. And if you go with trusted advisors who've been there, done that, then they can tell you what exactly they experience, how they experience, and whether you should go there and whether it makes sense or not. So in the Miles Ahead workshop that we did in Bangalore, we had the good fortune of telling people what are some properties, particularly as part of the fora program, that qualify for this benefit. And we spoke about some boutique Hilton properties, and we spoke about some boutique Accor properties as well. So we're very excited to be sharing all this knowledge with you. If you'd like to get in touch with us, there are 2 ways. For fora bookings, you can email us, like we shared our email, or you can DM us on social. If you'd like to come to Miles Ahead is happening in Delhi on the 24th of August, like we said, but 5 seats left. First come, first serve. With that, back to more comments, back to more questions. Now, let's talk about Banyan Tree in Bali. Devansh has a question, Dhimant. Apparently, Banyan Tree, Bali is a great property. Have any of us been to Banyan Tree, Bali? I haven't been to Banyan Tree, Bali. Dhimant or Ameya, have you guys?
No, I haven't been to Banyan Tree, Bali.
In the audience, guys, there are 1,500 of you who have tuned into this live stream today.
Insane.
300 are on YouTube, and then 595 on the Great Indian Mile Twitter handle, 395 on Aadil's Twitter handle, and 245 on Dhimant's. So, guys, big thanks first of all. But of the 1,500, if any of you have been to Banyan Tree Bali, please put your comments so that you can help Devansh and get an understanding. Cool. With that, let's come to a few more questions. Now, there is a question from Rishabh. The question is as follows. He's got a Japan trip in November and his current membership expires in September. Can he renew his Accor Plus today and get 130 nights? 2, purchase Accor China to reach Platinum. 3, book a stay using Stay Plus. Loaded question. I think the China option stacking is a question mark at this point in time. Based on what I understand, I think nobody has tried it and we don't know if this is stackable or not. I would say, Rishabh, wait for 2-3 days and figure out like if people are able to stack China or not. If stacking China is allowed, then I think it's a no-brainer. But that would be my recommendation. Dhimant, Ameya, you all should chime in as well.
I think China works now. Heard from someone who did it today. But
it works right now.
Continue to work after 1st October, I have no idea.
Look, somebody has put on Twitter also this that क्या उन्होंने फिर reevaluate किया तो कि आप stacking करके आप बने हो platinum. I don't think they will do it. I mean, they won't retrospectively remove anybody's status. I think it's highly unlikely. So what I would recommend is if you are a little bit of a risk taker and you have a lot of travel happening, it makes sense. One, let me answer the first question first. Renewal पे 30 nights अभी मिलेगा कि नहीं? I don't know because that July offer was running. I don't know whether that offer is available in August. I don't know. Aadil, sorry, Ameya, do you know whether that 30 nights renewal offer is available for August renewals?
July I know for sure, for a fact that it is not. I spoke to the Accor Plus agent that we have been in touch with, and I explicitly called her before the stream to say, just tell me what's going on, what's up. So here are the things that I know explicitly right now. 30-night offer is off, right? There was a 30-night offer only for new memberships. That offer is off the table right now.
So if somebody renews today, will he get that 20 nights at least, or that's also not going to happen?
So renewal, the way I understand it is this, right? Like, no, there's nothing for renewals right now either. At most, I think one might be able to get, a few bonus, what is that?
Vouchers.
Buffet vouchers if they go through the agent, through a referral. But apart from that, I think there is nothing as far as I understand. And from October 1st is when they will start introducing the 30 nights offer anyway. So,
so Rishabh, so I think at least what I would recommend, Rishabh, to you would be based on what Ameya is saying. Get it in writing from the people if there is a renewal offer of 20 nights or 30 nights. If it's not, please do not renew it right now. Like, it makes no sense. And then adding up a Accor China without knowing this is very dangerous. Like, I would say don't do it. And yes, you can book a stay using Stay Plus right now till 1st October. Anything that you book using 1st October, you can use a single stay without paying anything, like the normal one, the way you do it. And it can be a future stay also if you book it right now. So that's what at least my answer would be. But get it in writing from them what they're offering. And by the way, if any of you need Accor Plus ka renewal or new membership, I think we had flashed the email ID. Please drop us an email. I think we will, get you connected, and we have a connect, so we will get that done. Right.
All right. Saurabh's got a good question on fora. Can you redeem Accor points using fora membership? Depends, Saurabh. Some properties allow and some properties don't. For example, Raffles Udaipur does not allow you to burn properties when you have made a booking through fora. So again, it is property specific. If you have questions, ping us, send us details, and we're more than happy to help you there. Cool. There is a very cool comment by Nagarajan which says, do an episode with most memorable stays across Marriott and Accor in each countries you visited. I think that's an excellent suggestion. We'll take that up, Nagarajan. Hopefully, we'll come up with something like this soon. So thank you. Keep coming up with those suggestions, and we'll keep trying getting you those episodes. Let's come to Anjali's question, Dhimant. Maybe you can take this up. She was considering buying a Accor Plus membership later this year, as she's expecting to travel in January, February after her wedding. Congratulations on the upcoming wedding, Anjali. She's going to be staying at Accor Plus properties. What's the best way with all of these new changes? Should she buy now? Should she hold? What do you recommend?
The way I would recommend Anjali is if you can give a little bit idea about whether you have access points that you converted to Accor points or not. My recommendation would be, uh, if you have a lot of access points already, wait and watch for few more days for more clarity to emerge. But my guess is because wedding and travel and all that will be a lot of travel, it just makes sense, man. I think you should get the Accor Plus for sure. It will help you. Dining में भी help करेगा. आपको 2+2 offer में भी help करेगा. I just mentioned Anjali, right? So the moment you have those 2 free nights, you're just going to pay for 2 more nights and get 2 free, right? So the way I look at it, Anjali, for you it makes total sense. But I would still probably, if in your shoes, I would wait for a couple of days to get more clarity and then decide. So I think you
I
should,
actually have
is
a
my answer.
contrary opinion. I mean, on the fact whether you should get it or not, I think you should absolutely get it. But when to get it is something that you can definitely, optimize. So I think there is, the variable I would put out is that if you know for a fact what day you're going to be traveling before October 1st, then you might want to get it before and book the night ASAP before October 1st. With that, you get to use a free night with the current offer itself the way it is. If not, I will actually recommend buy it in Jan, buy it in the next calendar year, so that these status nights are useful for you in the next year. So in case you end up, getting towards status, it will help you with that as well.
Right. There's another similar question from Mukul. Mukul says he's got a Malaysia trip planned in October. Is it worth to get Accor Plus? Yeah, according to me, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a great.
Agree.
So if you have a trip, right, where you're doing like 6-7 nights, I would say minimum 7 nights if you're planning to stay in a hotel. And if you're short of points, I would say take it. But if you have enough points and you just want to burn points, if you have an unlimited supply of Accor, then I would say don't consider it. But if you have a limited supply of Accor and you want to complement it, or you don't have a supply of Accor points, I would say this is like a no-brainer. Absolutely go for it. Go get it. Question from Siddharth. Siddharth, good to see you, man. So Siddharth is a friend of ours. We met him in Bangalore, a couple of meetups. He holds the Access Reserve, which he doesn't plan to renew, and he holds the Burgundy Private. He's got 3 international trips planned over the next 6 months. Would it make sense to get Accor Plus in your spouse's name? Absolutely. I think you should do it. I've got it in my wife's name as well. I think it just makes sense because
In this case, I actually disagree. I'll actually say no, it doesn't make any sense. I'll tell you why. Because it looks like you've got points anyway. And keep one Accor Plus. 2 Accor Pluses, I don't see the value. Dhimant, tell me if you think otherwise.
I see a lot of value. I'll tell you why. Like, I know Siddharth a little bit. I know he travels way too much and he will always need nights. And Siddharth's got expensive taste. Siddharth, I hope you don't mind saying me saying this. Siddharth likes to stay in good hotels, and therefore, like with the current program, he gets to experience only 4 nights. He definitely need 4 more for the entire year. So the way I see it, and having known Siddharth and his travels, according to me, for his persona, I'd absolutely recommend to get 2. Those are my two thoughts.
Yeah, Sid, one thing we need to all the way it's like reserve guys have been the most unlucky, honestly, right? So today, I think the biggest devaluation happens for reserve and Burgundy private folks. I'll tell you why. We were the only guys who are getting 2 free nights. जो stay plus nights free थे हमारे. Now suddenly we are not even going to get an extra night because we anyway has 2 nights, and now for using those 2 nights, I have to spend for 2 nights, right? So that's one thing I think people who are owning the reserve and the Burgundy private should realize, that if you have those 2 nights with you, please use it before, if you want to just use it for free. That's one opportunity for reserve and Burgundy folks. I actually agree with Aadil on this one. I feel that makes sense to have 2 Accor pluses. I feel and the way I would think about it, Ameya, is maybe even not getting Accor plus on his own name, but just getting on his wife's name. खुद के नाम पे points use कर लो, and for another booking where you anyways have to not have enough points, probably do a 2+2. That's what I would also think. Do Accor plus फिर भी शायद से नहीं मांगता.
I'll tell you what, Dhimant, there's another complication in a dynamic which we've not seen. Oftentimes, if people have 2 kids, you cannot book a single room. You need 2 rooms. तो अगर 2 रूम की रिक्वायरमेंट है ना और फैमिली वेकेशन कर रहे हो, so then having a husband wife account is makes so much more sense.
But Sid is not asking that. Sid is saying, instead of getting all plus on my name, should I get it on my spouse's name? I think that's what he's asking, no? Or maybe he already has Accor in his name because
Exactly.
of Burgundy
That's
Private.
what I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
fair,
I think I
fair,
know
fair.
that he has one. I think he
Yeah,
wants to
yeah,
get
correct.
another one. Yeah.
Sure.
So again, guys,
That makes
like
sense.
you can see here, all three of us are different personas, and we will always have pointed opinions. Dhimant has his own way of thinking. I do have my own way, and Ameya has his own way. So we don't hold back. We will just give you our unblemished opinions. So Sid, if you're listening, Ameya says no, Aadil says yes, and Dhimant, what was your answer? Yes or no?
Yes, 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 yes. I think
All
yes.
right, there you go. There's a very interesting question now. I don't know the answer to this question. I'm keeping it very honest. Devansh is asking a very good question. Devansh's question is: can 2+2 also be used in the Maldives? Earlier, there was 2 paid and 1 free night.
No,
I
no,
don't
sorry.
think
What
it
is?
can be used in the Maldives. I think this is only for APAC, but I have not thought about Maldives out of the box. So I'd love to get Dhimant and Ameya's questions in.
The Stay Plus was never valid for Maldives,
Correct.
and
That
as
was
much
my
as I'm
opinion
aware,
too, but I had never considered Maldives to
no,
be part of
as much as okay. So here is what I was told. I was told that in the beginning, Maldives was part of the Stay Plus program, but eventually, property after property started moving out of the Stay Plus program, and that's what happened. And as per my understanding, the 2+2 would not be available in Maldives, is my understanding. But again, there was lack of information at this point of time. Let's wait a little. And again, if you have such pointed questions, no, the best is to write to the property. Like I've realized over the period, that's the best. It works beautifully, and it's better than asking in 5 different forums. Just mail them; they give a very concrete answer. At least that's my suggestion.
All right, let's come to another one right here, which says Incredible India. He's planning a trip to Vietnam in October. His wife, himself, and an infant has 50K across points. He's got a plus membership and 100K Amex. How can he best utilize them? Guys, let's go for it. Mia, your thoughts.
Well, Accor has got great value in Vietnam, so I'll actually say that try to use your Amex points towards flights where possible, right? I think probably the best thing you can do is throw it into Virgin and book Virgin. You should be able to get with 100K at least 4 or 5 one-way tickets for sure. I'll have to look at the exact conversions. You could also, I think that is probably the best way to go. If you're able to push Amex a little more or figure out other ways to book award flights, that can work out as well. And Accor, no-brainer, man. I think great properties, burn it on the properties out there.
I think
Cool.
you
There's
can
just a
probably just.
comment from Captain Torch. Sorry, Dhimant.
I saw
We
that.
just
Yeah.
read this
No, no, no,
comment.
go. No, no, please go ahead.
He's
Sorry.
saying that Stay Plus was working for Maldives for SO. SO is a great property, by the way, and it required 3 nights till now. Man, if it was working, like this is something that I feel like I should like taken advantage of, but I don't know. It's a great property if it's working and if people have utilized it, great for them. But I don't know. The Accor Plus program clearly says that it's valid only in APAC. I
No,
don't
no,
think
no.
it's part of APAC.
No, no,
So
that's what I was saying. No, Adil, that's exactly what I was saying. ना मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप एक single stay plus night use नहीं कर सकते थे Maldives में. They opted out of it. That's what I'm saying. So Maldives properties, you had to book 2 nights plus 1 stay plus night. Then only you could use the stay plus night. That's what I think he's also saying.
oh,
You
but
cannot
that's
use.
still great value now, because
Yes,
then you could extract
yes,
that 50K, 60K value, which is
yes,
amazing then. And then if you
yes,
have
yes.
points and you do 2 nights on points plus 1 stay night for free, that is insane value then.
Correct.
So the
Correct.
question I have now for Captain Torch, is that still working? Do you know if it's still working? And if it is, then please let us know by dropping in the comment. It will be really, really helpful for the whole community. So let's take a couple more. Ameya has a hard stop, guys, because he's got a call that he has to run to with his work team. And we'll bring this to a close quickly, but there are a few more questions I think we should take, and then we should bring this to a close. So let's come this one here with the question from Piyush. He's got a Stay Plus night and various vouchers from Accor Plus. Would you recommend to use before October? Piyush, I don't think so, yeah. Your Stay Plus will expire when it expires. So within your validity period, I think you can use it whenever possible. That's my understanding. Dhimant, Ameya, am I saying that correct, or is that different?
No. I think Piyush, think about it, how you want to use this, right? So if you want to use it just for one single night somewhere, then please do use it before, like, you not use them. I mean, book them before October. That's what it says, right? So you need to make sure you made the booking. right? So, but agar aap, anyways, you're going to use that one night in Japan on a 14-day trip, then hold on to it because you can book that one and pay one by revenue, and then remaining 10 or 12 nights you can book by points. That's what I would have recommended, at least.
All right, let's come to another comment. Hardy says, big shout out for all the content. Thank you, Hardy. Glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for all the love. Kapil Kapoor has a question. Says, I have useless Chris Flyer points I want to transfer to some others. Kapil, Chris Flyer points are precious, brother. Dude, you like literally, I am having panic attacks right here. Chris Flyer are the most precious points amongst, let's say, the most precious points on the planet, according to me. Yeah, give us a sense of how many points you have. Maybe we should be able to tell you like how you can redeem, what you can redeem. Like to my knowledge, like 20K will get you a free trip to Singapore economy. 43K will get you a business trip to business one leg to Singapore. 58.5K will give you a first class to Singapore. How are you saying they are not valuable? Yeah, these are
Adil,
insanely
Adil
valuable.
is hurt. Adil is hurt. Adil is hurt.
अरे धीमंत सिंगापुर तो आप भी fan हो अभी. I think I have converted you to be a fellow evangelist. Is that not true?
I'm a fan, but I don't get hurt when somebody says
एक
something
बंदा
about it.
एक मिनट ये बंदा ना धीमंत निगांधी ये बंदा जब गया था बिजनेस क्लास सिंगापुर में टेडी लेके आया है सिंगापुर वाला एंड ही टेल्स मी यार लाइव वहां से he was sending us pictures. I still have that as proof on WhatsApp. So bottom line, Kapil, just saying कि Singapore points are very precious. यार, Chris Flyer is epic value. Please do ping us. We're more than happy to help you make like a good redemption of sorts. Okay.
Hey, so just one thing, Adil, a very short
Yeah.
answer. If Kapil, just look at if your points are too less, like 2-3 point type, that's what your problem is. This point miles can also be converted to Chris Plus points, which you can use in offline shops in Singapore if you have a plan. Like that's one thing where you can use it, but I would not recommend it. I would say thoda sa aur kama lo and take a free flight, and spontaneous escapes में that 20K becomes 16K. So 16K में यहाँ से सिंगापुर जाओ यार, मतलब don't waste your Chris Flyer point. They are indeed very, very precious.
There you go. Let's come to another one. And this is our good friend Abdul, who's very active on the community. Abdul, good to see you. Yaar, you're in London. मजे कर रहे हो London में? Or are you in Manchester? Let us know. He says he's got Accor Gold from Amex Flat Charge, which he has closed out, but the Gold Accor is still active. His next year 2 plans are to travel to Europe. Does Accor Plus make sense for me if my travels are in Europe? Dhimant, you want to take that?
Yeah, you have Accor Gold from Amex Flat. Sorry, I lost the question. Can you just go back on the question? I can't see it on the screen.
Yeah, it moved automatically. Hang on. Here you.
You have Accor Gold from Amex Flat Charge close, but the Gold Accor, my next 2 plans to travel Europe. Does Accor Plus make sense for me? यार honestly नहीं, मतलब I don't think so. Like Accor Plus is best for Asia Pacific. Like I personally don't feel it's necessary for you to have Accor Plus. Buy the Accor Plus when you have a Asia Pacific plan. So for example, for me, every year I do something in Asia Pacific, so it makes sense. Abdul, my answer would be no. I think I know you also as a user, so I'm sure you have a lot of access points. Just binge on the points, man. You don't need the Accor Plus in my view. So that's at least my point of view. But if you
no, Dhimant, वहां पे यूज हो जाएगा.
So that no, but you cannot. Accor Plus नहीं की बात नहीं कर रहा ना. Accor Plus is Asia Pacific. Sorry. That's what I was about to say next. That's what I was about to say next, Abdul. कि आप एक बार कैलकुलेशन कर लो, and I'm sure Ameya can help you make that Excel sheet, saying कि मतलब अगर 10 नाइट है तो Accor Plus का पैसा वसूल होगा कि नहीं होगा. But it's not a necessary, is what I'm saying. Necessity. I mean, check the difference in rates and whether it makes sense for you. Is what I would say.
Cool. Ameya, one question is right for you, right here. Perfect tailor-made question for you by Ritij. Is it good to transfer 1 lakh points to Etihad? He's traveling to Lisbon this October. I think between the three of us, nobody understands the versatility of miles transfer like Ameya does. In fact, he's got very good dynamic award chart also that he's prepared for us. Ameya, go for it.
nahi yaar, Etihad will be too expensive. I think if you really want to go at the cheapest way for you is going to be Virgin. For Virgin, you'll get for like 15,000 Virgin, which is like 30,000 Amex points, you'll get a one-way flight to straight to Lisbon. So hop over from Paris or Amsterdam. I think that's a great deal. So essentially, with 1 lakh, you can get almost two return tickets. Like 1,20,000 Amex, you will get two return tickets to Lisbon from India. Taxes, of course, will be a little bit, but that's okay. I think you can pay a little out of pocket, but it takes care of two sets of return tickets for you. So I don't think Etihad is the most efficient in this regard. I'd say Virgin is the better way to go.
Okay, thank you, Ameya. Ameya, follow-up question. Sanjay has 150,000 Amex points and 36,000 KrisFlyer points. He's got an EPM as well. Wondering if he should buy tickets and hotels via iShop for a Dubai Abu Dhabi trip or use the points. I think both of you should answer this, but Ameya, let's go with you first.
Yeah,
We already answered this on that episode. Episode पे answer किया था हमने question.
दोबारा कर
we've
लेते
got
हैं.
a detailed Dubai episode in which we've talked about it. But here's the way I'd put it, right? Like right now, anyway, you cannot transfer to Emirates, so it's you don't have an option. I'll say right now, don't bother transferring the Amex points out or the KrisFlyer points out. Keep it. Just use it as use iShop as an opportunity to earn. Now, if Amex to Emirates does open up at some point of time, what you can do, if you really want a great experience, you can book the nice A380 kind of flights and go to Dubai. That can work well. It's not going to give you the best value, but it will give you a luxury experience. So if you're looking for a one-hour experience and the condition that Amex to Emirates transfers open up, you could use your Amex. If not, I think it's probably not worth it. Just use it as an opportunity to earn.
No, yaar, thoda sa I disagree on this. I feel that just like I had said in the podcast also, I feel that if you have the right programs in the right place, right, where you want to go, use it. So I would say आपका जो American Express का points है, उसको Bonvoy में convert करो. Stay in Dubai properties. They have great Bonvoy properties in Dubai, both value and luxury and premium. And flights straight away book on iShop. Don't even think. Don't even try optimizing miles for Abu Dhabi or Dubai. Straightforward revenue karo. If you don't want a luxury experience, book the Indigo. Or if you want to go slightly luxuriously, even book Emirates where you get good fares sometimes on revenue for economy. So book the economy revenue on iShop and use Bonvoy points for Dubai. I want to actually go to Dubai with some of the Marriott properties that are there, right? So that's what my recommendation would be, Sanjay.
So, Dhimant, any guesses on what you think my recommendation is going to be? Let's try and see what you can say with this.
I will say you're going to say Marriott में burn करो.
Sorry?
वो तो मैंने बोला ना. वही तो मैंने बोला.
I think Aadil will say the same thing.
वो बोलेगा अलमहा जाओ. अलमहा जाने बोलेगा वो. He will say go
There
to
you go. I
अलमहा.
think Dhimant got it right. मैं wait ही कर रहा था. The fellow knows me too well. So I would say, look at certain boutique properties, right? That my point or my philosophy to points is like, we should try and book properties that money can't buy. Like typically, if you and I, what kind of money would we not spend if we were staying in a hotel? And for example, if you typically look at a resort called Al Maha Dubai, it's normally very expensive to stay there. Every room is a 1-bedroom suite. It comes with a private pool. It's an all-inclusive property. All your foods are taken. Food is taken care of. Every piece of food is a la carte. It is brought and served into your room. There is, I think it's a spectacular property. So take a look at that. Maybe one night at Al Maha, it can do you a world of good. So look at experiences like this is what I would say, and then I would say use your EPM points to even burn them and use them for flight tickets. कमाते तो रहेंगे, खर्चे तो हैं ही और वो तो होते ही रहेंगे. So I would say burn your EPM points via iShop, use them for domestic tickets, for your international tickets, burn your Amex points to Bonvoy and make the most of it. And also just link your Emirates account and your Bonvoy account so that when you make bookings there, you can double dip on both. This is typically Ameya's section, but I got a chance to cover it.
Would you not be rather linking your SQ, or you can do both?
I have linked Emirates. I don't know if we can do both. I
वही
prefer
ना,
Emirates, so I have linked Emirates.
you तो will prefer Emirates only ना, मतलब तुम्हारे को ऑप्शन थोड़ी है कुछ, like हम जैसे
मेरा
गरीब लोग तो
वर्चुअल
SQ.
बैकग्राउंड देख रहे हो, दो Emirates planes खड़ी हैं, देखो.
Hey, by the way, before you move to the next question, Ameya, we have a Captain George का unraveling of कौन है वो. He's basically Yash only.
I
So
know
he
that.
mentioned on Twitter. I didn't know that. मेरे को नहीं पता था. I didn't know that. So he
I
just put it on Twitter. So
have been on a couple of groups with Yash also in the past, and
I didn't
really
know that.
nice.
I didn't know.
He's the OG Accor China expert.
चलो, awesome. Let's move on.
Cool. Ameya, let's take this for you. Again, I think this is right up your alley. Narayanan says, what's the most efficient US business class redemption? Purchase miles, Infinia points, Atlas Edge. He's got Star Alliance Gold. I am itching to answer, but Ameya is the designation expert.
I know your answer also.
Yeah,
I know your answer also.
Ameya, go for it.
Yeah, if you have access points, then it is the Aeroplan Air Canada. From Bangalore, Bombay, it's 110k points. Delhi, you will get 90k points also. There are a few other, things you can do. You could potentially do like a life miles, but that's getting hard nowadays. United, for some of the flights, I've seen good rates lately, right? So the United flights and United Metal. So there's a Delhi, New York kind of flights. I've actually seen cheap rates once in a while. But I think in general, if you want to book the Air India, then Aeroplan is typically the best way to go.
There you go. I think one of the things that Ameya missed is if you have a little more Accor, like if you can go from 90k to 120k, you can do Delhi, San Francisco, Delhi, New York first class on Air India using Aeroplan points. So I think that's
You have a little more access, you said, right? You said Accor. Sorry,
access.
I didn't.
Sorry. You have a little
Okay.
more access, then you can move 120k to Aeroplan, 120k, do the first class. And I would say do it on one of their newer planes. Just make sure it's not one of their 18-year-old planes. That might be a disappointment. But I'll tell you what, 120k is an amazing redemption if you're going Bombay to San Francisco, Bombay to New York first class on Air India via the Aeroplan program. Sorry, Ameya, you were saying?
I was saying, again, I don't like taking too many hopping flights, so my recommendations are largely for the direct ones. If you are okay for a hopping one, there's a couple of things that shine. I think one thing our friend Devan just called out, that Q suites you can get Delhi to NYC for 1.25. That's great. The other one I'll also call out is, in the opposite direction. You can get Cafe First Class if you search well enough for like 110k points. So first class in 110k points, especially if you're traveling to West Coast, I think it can work out really beautifully.
The other thing, Narayanan, what you can also do is you can buy Avianca Life Miles. Avianca Life Miles keeps coming up with like 160%, 170%. There have been instances where it's also given 200% bonus. So there, if you can buy Avianca Life Miles, then you can book Air India, both business and first class, and those will also be at like phenomenal rates. So I think keep a close eye on Avianca if you want to purchase miles.
Hey, but Aadil and Ameya, I have a question for you. Yeah, typically, whenever I trying to look at any Air India planes, I get scared when I see that bottom thing where it says here planes are subject to change. Like, वो कितना often होता है? Like, how often is that problem? And
like for example, out of 3 times, it has happened twice to my friend. Luckily, it has not happened to me till today. But I've taken that sector only twice on Air India. I typically, I'm biased and I fly Emirates more often than not to US or London. So those are my typical destinations. It's either San Francisco, New York, or London. I always go for Emirates, but in case Emirates fares are crazy high, then I try and do Air India. But I have been lucky enough to never get swapped. But my friend, and y'all know him, Dhimant and Ameya, Rakesh, he took first class on Aeroplan 120k, and he was on a 20-year-old plane where the seat was broken, the air conditioning was not working. It was like a bad experience. So again, there have been bad experiences. Those are horror messages when you get, right, saying that equipment has been swapped. So it does happen. So take it with a pinch of salt. All right. We've got one question from Lakhandipati. Dhimant, perhaps you can take this. He's saying, can you do Hong Kong with fora, and would it make sense?
Yeah, I think Montreal makes sense, but again, we'll have to look at that specific property and see what is the booking. Are
Talk a
they
little
giving
bit
the?
about Montreal now. I think you should give him a flavor.
Yeah, so Lakhandip, I think the Mondrian is actually a very boutique property in Hong Kong Central. a very it's not like a luxury resort. So and again, it depends whether you're going there for chilling out, or you're going there for traveling to other tourist places or not, right? If you're going to a tourist places kind of a thing, Mondrian makes more sense, I feel. Quite centrally located right next to the metro station, and you get best of both. You can travel and you can enjoy at the property also. The property's got a great breakfast. It's got great Victoria Harbour views. You can actually see Victoria Peak from the rooms that they upgrade you to. So, like, it's been one of the most memorable stays that my family has had. However, if you still want to just chill out and not do touristy places, then you can look at one of the Marriott properties. There is a Ritz there, and there are multiple good properties of Marriott as well. I personally feel that both of them will be under the Fora booking, so you should definitely look at Fora. I'm 100% sure you'll find a property that suits your need for sure.
All right. With that, let's come to Sarvesh. Sarvesh has got a question here, and Sarvesh is saying, "Hello, boys. Nice to see you." He's got an upcoming trip to South Korea in November. He just bought the Accor Plus membership on 31st of July. He was looking at Ibis there. Should he book the Stay Plus there or not? Yaar, my straight up advice, Sarvesh, is, yaar, don't waste your Stay Plus in an Ibis. Stay Plus can be much more calculatively used when it comes to value. Given that you are part of the old program, you still qualify for burning it individually solo. So I would say try and use it like for a much more better property, like a Swiss Hotel, Pullman, Mercure, even for that matter. If availability is there, I would say burn for that, spend at least one night there. But having said that, like I said, all three of us always have different opinions. Dhimant and Ameya, let's bring you in.
Yeah,
Go
so
for
in
it.
fact, my opinion is opposite of yours, as a lot of times. And I'll give you an anecdote, right? Like, so I had a stay in Japan for a few days, and in which there is this one stay that needed to be a bit of a stopgap stay, like, coming in late and then leaving off in the next morning kind of a thing. And Japan hotels can get expensive, as you know. So if you have a situation like that, if you're able to book before 1st of October, right? I think the free stay plus night, if you're able to dump it at something like this, where you might have an expensive stay, that is a transit stay or whatever. I think it's worth it doing it like that. Even otherwise, if you have like a solitary night stay and you're okay not to get the best experience in a given place, I think it's okay to do so. But if you're thinking that you want to do a more of an extended stay, like 2-3 nights at the same place, then you can wait for the new membership to kick in and then use it.
Yeah, I just feel that if I had to blindly select one property जहाँ मैं हमारा stapler use कर सकता हूँ, I would have always selected Swiss Hotel Singapore. Like, it just makes sense. I mean, like, closest, just fly there, stay there, use it, and it's worth 20,000-25,000 easily.
Yeah, there you go. So there you have it, Sarvesh. All the best. Let us know what you decide. Let's come to another question, which is from Abbas. Abbas said that he really enjoyed flight mode. Thank you, Abbas, for coming in. It was really nice hanging out with you. He's unable to get the Atlas, is what he's saying, Dhimant. Though he qualifies, should he get the select and push for an upgrade later? What's the play here?
Yeah, but this is the problem here. I mean, there is a criteria for Atlas, but for some reason it rejects. So there are two things I would suggest. Go via good CC agent. They may be able to tell this in your favor. There are good CC agents. And the right way to do it is whichever city you are in. I don't know. I'm assuming you are in Bangalore because you attended the flight mode, or you are in Delhi, either one. My suggestion is walk up to a premium branch. For example, in Axis, walking up to the 100 feet road branch in Bangalore always helps. There is a great CC team there. They're among the best. I mean, that's what my recommendation would be. The second question is select card. Don't get the select. They don't auto upgrade to Atlas. However, maybe Ameya can also throw light on it. There is an automatic way to upgrade your card by calling Axis, right? But if you're not getting the standalone Atlas, I don't know whether the select you'll be eligible to upgrade a select also or not. I mean, they don't have a set pattern of allowing this, so there is no certainty that I can give you on this. My recommendation would be that if you're not getting the Atlas, like, also probably get a Regalia Gold to start off your journey, and try getting the Atlas after some more time. But Atlas का replacement नहीं है select card. मतलब there is no way any card can replace the role that Atlas plays, in my view, at least. At least that's my view.
मेरा एक recommendation है यहाँ पे, आभास. One of the things that has worked recently for a few friends of mine is Axis does give Atlas on a card-on-card basis if you have a minimum credit limit of 5 lakhs. So there are two hacks here that I will recommend. First, like Dhimant said, walk into the headquarter branch in your city of Axis. Ask to meet someone who handles affluent credit cards and then submit in your application. Carry the statement of your credit card that clearly shows you have 5 lakhs credit limit and show them and ask them to do a card on card application. They will get it done. Second thing, if you're not walking into a branch, if you're traveling at the airports, you will see Axis guys having a desk at the airports. Do the same thing. Show them a statement of your card, apply card on card basis. You should be able to get it. But if you don't get it, yeah, then it's tough, is what I would say. I would say figure out a way to get a card which has 5 lakh credit limit, then take that and apply card on card basis. Tab mil jayega aapko. Ameya, any thoughts from you?
No, nothing more. As far as I know, Axis doesn't have a set, upgrade pattern. So don't pick select. Well, one reason you could pick select is if you happen to be a
It's
percentage
LTF.
customer in which you get it lifetime free. And that's, I mean, I hold the select and I got it for that reason. But that's all.
All right. Dhimant, let's take this question. Abhish is planning to purchase a car. He's got the Axis Atlas and he's got the Amex Plat Travel. Now, the car is worth around 15 lakhs. Should he use Amex Plat Travel or use the Atlas, which has better return rate?
Abhish, so I'm 99.9% sure that the dealer will not agree to take the Amex at the same MDR. So if you take the MDR and the extra charges that you have to pay for Amex will be 1% higher or at least a little bit higher than the Atlas card, number one. Otherwise, I would have recommended 4 on Amex Plat Travel and 11 on Atlas. That's what my recommendation would be. But I don't think they will accept a lower MDR. So if they agree on the same MDR, do that. Otherwise, spend everything on Atlas. Like that's what my recommendation would be.
Yeah, same for me. I'd recommend the same too. I think that is exactly what you should do. I think it's been a great live stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining. What I'm amazed by, and it blows my mind, is there are 2,037 of you who are tuned into this
Wow.
live stream right now on 10:30 on Tuesday evening. So we have 258 people on YouTube. On our Great Indian Mile Twitter handle, there are 910 of you. On my Twitter, Aadil, there are 547. And on Dhimant's Twitter, there are 325. Guys, the three of us, extremely elated that you choose to spend time with us and listen to us and interact with us. Very, very grateful that y'all are making time. I think it's time to wrap today. Ameya, Dhimant, any final thoughts, any final recommendations?
Yeah, while you were talking about the last thing, I was just checking my emails and people have already started dropping emails to us. I'm just going to say it for the people who probably joined late. Uh, we are now actually very, very happy to announce that we want to extend our knowledge availability to help you guys plan your travel. We have just about announced that we're also going to help fora bookings for people who want to travel with somebody who has traveled the world, right? And we want to see if we can help you guys also plan your travels better. So if you have any requirements where you feel that we can be of help to help you plan your travel on fora, please drop in an email. Adil, if you can just again put the email on the screen once. I'll be grateful to kind of help you and see if we can make the best out of it. Second thing is, if you guys need the Accor Plus membership, if you want to buy it, drop us an email. We are trying to see if we can do something and get a agent to help us. So if you have any requirements, please do drop us. I think you already received a lot of emails. We're just going to collaborate, put all of them in one single sheet, collate it, and probably see if there is something you can do with it. Right. So just last two things I wanted to add. And again, I'm quite overwhelmed with the number of people who joined on a Tuesday night. I hope you guys wake up on time tomorrow for office. A good night from my side.
Ameya, final closing words?
Yeah, I think the very overwhelmed with the responses as always. And I think thanks a lot for coming, everyone. I'm going to go to my next meeting. I can't sleep now.
There's a very interesting question from Shiva who says, Aadil, do you own any guns? Shiva, unfortunately, I don't. My name is Bandukwala, yes, but that happens because my great grandfather back in the day used to sell guns. The family then exited the trade in around 1996. So don't have any guns right now. But definitely the three of us come out all guns blazing for our podcasts and for our episodes. And we really, really hope that you're enjoying these episodes. So with that, guys, that brings us to the end of this live stream. Big thanks to Ameya, Dhimant for breaking all things down like pros and making sure we cut through the jargon and talk like real travelers. To all of you, to all 2,075 of you who joined in, thank you for the love, the comments, and for making this time midweek on a Tuesday evening. Don't forget to hit the follow, subscribe button if you like what you saw, and drop your travel related questions in the comments. We'll try and tackle them as soon as we can. We are now authorized fora travel partners. So if you'd like to do any luxury holiday bookings, please do get in touch with us, whether it is cruises, whether it is hotels, whatever it may be. Ping us and we're more than happy to help you. Until then, stay curious, stay hungry, and may your next stay come up with a surprise sweet upgrade. Bye, everyone.
Flashing bright, we're on the go. Tune in now, there's so much to know. Earning bits, travel dreams we sow. All aboard the great Indian points and miles show. 0 to hero in the blink of an eye. Fly first class, no need to be shy. Redemption sweet, touching the sky. Award seats booked, let's give it a try. Award seats booked, let the points flow. It's all aboard the great Indian Points and Miles Show. Unlocking journeys wherever you go. The sky's the limit, feel the travel mojo.